Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on Mission Manipur. The Prime Minister is set to pay a visit to the northeastern state today, where he will inaugurate and unveil projects worth Rs 8,500 crore for both hill and valley districts. Now, Prime Minister Modi is scheduled to visit both Imphal and Churachandpur, where he is expected to lead a roadshow and also address gathering of thousands of people. In fact, to ensure safety, certain items have been strictly prohibited inside the venues, including keys, pens, water bottles, bags, handkerchiefs, umbrellas, lighters, matchboxes, cloth pieces, sharp objects, and any form of arms or ammunition. Now, the state, in fact, has been fortified with heavy security presence now visible every 100 meters. Over 10,000 policemen, CRPF, BSF, Assam Rifles and disaster management personnel have been deployed at both the venues as part of a multi-layered security apparatus. When we talk about Prime Minister Modi's schedule, he is expected to arrive in Churachandpur by helicopter from Mizoram, the first stop of his tour, to address a rally at Peace Ground and launch projects worth Rs 7,300 crores. Now, the itinerary then shifts to Imphal's historic Kangla Fort. This is where Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate another 1,200 crore rupees worth of projects. Now, Prime Minister is also expected to interact with the internally displaced people within the state. And in a big northeast push, Prime Minister Modi is also expected to visit Mizoram, Assam, West Bengal and of course the state of Bihar. That's from today, 13th of September to 15th of September. Now, my colleague Sabyasachi Roy is joining me from Manipur, and also joining me on the broadcast is T. Michael Lamjathang Haukip, spokesperson BJP Manipur, and also Dr. P.K. Mishra, former ADG BSF. Now, thank you to all three of you for joining me early in the morning today. I'll come to you, Professor Haukip and Dr. Mishra, but let me first bring in my colleague Sabyasachi. Sabyasachi, do tell us, it's an eventful day for you. So do tell our viewers, what's the mood on ground? How is the security preparation being made in the state?
Well, that's right. Let me straight away show you the visuals around. I'm reporting right outside the historic Kangla Fort, which holds a lot of importance for the people of Manipur, both for the Meitei as well as the Kuki-Zo community. Now you can see the security arrangements which are in place, several layers of security arrangements. At every 100 meters, security personnels are present, whether it is the state police, the RPF, the CRPF, all of them are present on ground. Now the stretch from the Imphal airport to the Kangla Fort has been completely decked up with huge posters of Prime Minister Narendra Modi welcoming it. And same is the pictures that we could see in Churachandpur as well, where posters of tricolour has been put across the roads which leads to the peace ground, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be addressing the people in Churachandpur. And what is interesting to see is that the tricolour posters has been put across by the civil society people themselves. So both in Imphal as well as in Churachandpur, people are enthusiastic to see Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because with Prime Minister Narendra Modi coming in Manipur for the first time since the violence broke out in 2023, people of Manipur see it as a hope and see that the development is going to come back in Manipur. And clearly there are certain mixed reactions coming in from ground, where in Imphal they welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but they are a bit skeptical about how the peace talk are going to initiate between the two communities. But what is important to note is the messaging from the central government that both the communities are equally important, and that is the reason why several 100,000 crores of projects are going to be inaugurated and launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi today.
Right, Sabyasachi. So mixed reactions on the ground, but certainly clear messaging from the centre here to the northeastern state. Let me bring in Professor Haukip in this conversation. Professor, this is Prime Minister Modi's first visit to Manipur since the ethnic violence broke out in 2023. I want to understand, how do you think this could pave way for peace, help in bridging the trust gap that exists between the communities on the ground?
Good morning. Firstly, I'm not a professor. Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes. Am I audible? Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Sir, I think you're on mute.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, now you can go ahead.
So, yeah, the visit of the Honorable Prime Minister, the schedule, I hope it will happen very soon. The weather is not so good in Sisipur. It's raining heavily at the moment, but I'm sure that weather will permit the Honorable Prime Minister historic visit to the state of Manipur, both in Churachandpur as well as in Imphal. So the major political demand met by three communities, three competing demands made by three communities is like the Nagas have a kind of a separate administration to be carved out from Manipur, and then the Kuki-Jomimar groups trying to carve out the present Manipur state territory in the name of United People's Front under the suspension of operation agreement, as well as the Métis communities, the major communities, wants the Manipur state not to be break away, wants to be intact. In these three competing political demands for the government of India to devise or to come up with a model or a prototype to solve this long pending insurgency problem is a very challenging thing. In fact, the government of India is supreme and the sovereignty of the Indian government still prevails. Both the communities, the warring communities in Churachandpur as well as in Imphal gears up to welcome the Honorable Prime Minister. So to bridge the gap between the two communities, in the last 2.5 years, everybody talks about the intervention of the Honorable Prime Minister. Finally, today, a conducive atmosphere has been created for him. He has been allowed to visit Churachandpur as well as Imphal, two of the two stronghold of the two communities. So I think reposing the faith by both of the communities, the Prime Minister is in the position to initiate a kind of dialogue between the two communities, and wherein the two communities also agreed to have to be in a talking terms. And with this visit of the Honorable Prime Minister, I'm very sure and I'm very hopeful that the bridge between the two communities will be filled up.
All right. Now, Mr. Mishra, how do you look at this visit? Do you think this could be the first step to bring in some healing between the Methi and the Kuki communities, given, that families on the ground still bear scars left by the violence?
Yes, Isita, I have spoken to both Churachandpur yesterday and near Kangla Fort also I have spoken to security personnel, so also to civilians. And today morning also I spoke to Churachandpur. Both communities, whether it is Kukis or Maitis, even Nagas also, they are anxiously waiting for Prime Minister's visit, even though he is coming after 2022 for the first time. And the way the cookies have come, I'm telling you, all the cookies from Kankopi also, they have gone to Churachandpur. And of course, there will be some, of course, the cookies, they have their separate demands. Maitis will have separate demand. The buffer zone is there. The mistrust is there. But the visit of Honorable Prime Minister will be a game changer. And the way he is going to open this 8,500 crore projects, definitely he has planned it for both Kuki areas, hilly areas, and also to Maiti areas. There is no difference between Kukis and Maitis or Nagas or Pongals in Manipur. They are all Manipuris. And I hope the mistrust between both the communities will definitely go and the dialogue will definitely start. PM is landing at Churachandpur from Mizoram at 11:30. I am very sure he will land, and people are coming in hundreds and hundreds to peace parade ground to have a look of their own prime minister. And the whole community, even people are coming from border also, from Myanmar border, all these areas, all the villagers are there. They are all there at peace ground, and thousands will be there. I spoke today morning. There will be no security problem. The deployment of CRPF, deployment of BSF, deployment of local police, and they are quite okay. And they are not allowing anything to be carried along with the person to the peace ground, so as also at Kangla Fort. And the Honorable Prime Minister is going to meet the displaced people. His first thing is he is meeting the displaced people both at Churachandpur and also at Kangla Fort. Though Korkum group has asked for a bandh in Mighty area, but it has no effect. I repeat, it has no effect in Mighty area, in particularly in Kangla area, Kangla Fort area, or in Imphal. People are not going to listen to Korkum group, and they are coming in thousands to Kangla Fort. United Naga Council, definitely they are going to give a memorandum for early implementation of their agreement with Government of India. That is a separate issue. But I am very sure PM's visit, the way he is going to both the areas dominated by Kukis and Maitis, it will definitely make a breach between the mistrust between Kukis and Maitis. And I'm very sure the dialogue will start, and both Kukis and Maitis are welcoming the Prime Minister of their own country to their own places in Manipur, that is at Churachandpur and Kangla. And the way it has been, you find at landing place at Churachandpur, and of course from Manipur airport at Imphal. From there, he will be driving from Imphal airport to this place at Kangla. Both the areas are flooded with tricolor, and they have been put by both Kukis and Maitis, not by the government. This shows they are ready, they are anxious to forego their mistrust between both the communities. I am very sure the projects which are coming up, and in fact in Mantri Pokhari where the IIT is coming up, and also the Civil Secretariat and DG Police Headquarters will be also inaugurated at Mantri Pokhari, and so many projects including women's hostel will be there. National highway repair of national highway, and then road communication in the hilly areas, and also special hospitality in hospitals to be created in hill areas. Everything is coming up, and 1,200 crore projects which has already been made. He is going to inaugurate that one also at Churachandpur, and I'm very sure today, the way after speaking to both Churachandpur and Imphal, I came to know the people are really, they're anxious to meet their Prime Minister, and they're coming in thousands and thousands. Of course, security check will be there. I came to know that more than 12,000 security personnel are deployed in Churachandpur, so as also at Kangla Fort, and the route from airport, Imphal airport to
Right.
Kangla Fort, that has been totally sanitized, both the sides up to 3 kilometers. That is
All
what,
right.
and it will be a safe visit. It will be a safe visit for the Prime Minister. He will be a game changer.